While you might think that Boris Johnson was born and raised in the UK, what many people don't realise is that the Prime Minister was actually born in New York City. A new interactive map hit the headlines this week after revealing the most notable people from different towns around the world, with many viewers shocked at the results. The map shows that Johnson is one of the most notable people to have been born in New York, while Barack Obama is the most notable person to hail from Honolulu. Meanwhile, Rita Ora, who was born in Pristina, SFR Yugoslavia, modern-day Kosovo, posted a screenshot of Mail Online's article to her Instagram stories, including Mel Gibson, Freddie Mercury and Nicole Kidman. Rita Ora3a was born Rita Sahaciu on 26 November 1990, in Pristina, SFR Yugoslavia, which is now Kosovo. When she turned 1. Along with a shot of the map showing she is one of the most notable people from her hometown. Here, Mail Online reveals some of the other famous faces who were born in surprising places. Her Albanian parents, Vera and Besnik Sahaciu, fled Kosovo and moved to the UK at a time when Albanians were being oppressed by dictator Slobodan Milosevic. Boris Johnson Prime Minister Boris Johnson was born Alexander Boris de Pfeffel Johnson in New York on 19 June 1964. As a child, he spent time in New York, London and Brussels, before attending boarding school at Eton College. Keanu Charles Reeves was born on 2 September 1964, in Beirut, Lebanon. Of Chinese-Hawaiian heritage on his father's side. Keanu translates from Hawaiian to English as "cool breeze over the mountains." Upon his parents' split, Keanu moved with his mother and sister to New York and then Toronto. Natalie Portman, born Natalie Hirschlag, was born on 9 June 1981 in Jerusalem, Israel. Her mother was American and her father was Israeli. In 1984 the family moved to the United States, eventually settling in Syosset, Long Island, New York. Mel Gibson While Mel Gibson is an Australian actor, what many people don't realize is that he was American-born. Gibson was born on 3 January 1956 in Peekskill, New York, before moving with his family Australia when he was 12 years old. Emma Watson famously played Belle in the 2017 adaptation of Beauty and the Beast, which is set in Récua, a small village located in the Alsace region of France. And it seems that Emma was born for the role, having been born in France herself. Watson was born on 15 April 1990 in Paris, before moving to Oxfordshire with her mother after her parents split. Nicole Kidman Like Mel Gibson, Nicole Kidman is known as an Australian actor. However, Kidman was actually born in Honolulu, Hawaii on 20 June 1967. Her parents are both Australian. Her family moved back to Sydney when Nicole was 4 years old, where she spent the rest of her youth. She still has dual American and Australian citizenship. Freddie Mercury, but were living in Honolulu at the time of her birth due to an extended assignment by her father at the National Institute of Mental Health.